I asked the controller, they switched us over to tower, and I asked the tower, I said, would you like a flyby down the runway or down the ramp? And the guy said, down the ramp. And I said, okay. I sucked the gear up and I pushed the power up. And we started heading towards the ramp, towards the tower.
Hey guys, loud guys, today we are going to watch the SR-71 buzzing the tower story you probably have never heard before. So SR-71 Blackbird, I think so, is one of the best jets we have ever seen because it just is very, very fast, and I have heard one or two very crazy stories about it. So commercial airport flyby. So normally we have seen do you know what commercial airport flyby is?
No.
So the airports that we have, commercial airports. So flyby is like just going very close to it and flying by it. So
From like near our jets.
not jets, just the tower. There is a tower and the airport is there. So just
So this is illegal, right?
this is not allowed, but yes. So we don't know this is something that they wanted to do or was it done just because somebody wanted it to do it. So it would be very interesting to know because it is a very interesting story.
The jet looks so classy, huh?
So let's watch what is there in this
Video.
The question is, did you ever fly over commercial airports? That was the question from my wife. Yes. I think it was the 1982 or 83 Toronto Air Show. I was a participant, and we took an SR-71 there, and it was 3 crew members went. One crew flew it in, one crew flew the second day air show, and the third crew, which was myself, flew just a couple of flybys at the third day of the air show, and then actually flew the aircraft back to Beale Air Force Base. And the Toronto Air Show is over the, Labor Day weekend? Is it the Labor Day weekend in September? What's the first? It's Monday. Yeah, that's when they always have it.
Okay.
And and it's a holiday weekend. So when I came back into the Sacramento area, and I was descending down to land at Beale, and we had a lot of fuel, and we had to work on the holiday. And I said, I asked the backseater, I said, you want to make an approach at Sac Metro? And he said, can we do that? And I said, why not?
You can do anything once.
Yeah, exactly. So I, on approach control, when we got over to approach control, I asked if Sac Metro was available for an approach, and they said they switched us over to Sac Metro and they cleared us for an approach. So as we were coming down final, and we had configured the airplane with the gear down, and we were about 2 miles out on final, I asked the controller, they switched us over to tower, and I asked the tower, I said, would you like a flyby down the runway or down the ramp? And the guy said, down the ramp. And I said, okay. I sucked the gear up and I pushed the power up, and we started heading towards the ramp, towards the tower. And as we were approaching it, I rolled the plane up away from the tower and lit the afterburners. And we went around and made a pass, and the tower controller said, beautiful, beautiful, come back and do another one. And I said, I better not, I'm going to go to Beale. So we went back to Beale and we landed, and as I mentioned, holiday weekend, and Colonel Lonnie Liss was he was the DO. He was the director of flight operations, the DO. Sorry? Straight Lonnie, yeah. Anyhow, so he met us when we pulled in the hangar after we landed. As I mentioned, that was the normal procedure. And I thought, well, that's nice that he came out. As I came down the ladder from the aircraft, he looked at me and said, Maury, and I said, yes, sir. He said, do we have any regulations that say we can't make approaches at Sacramento Airport? I said, no, sir. I want one on my desk at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh.
Now, there's a continuation to this story. I retired in '87 and flew with United Airlines. When I had previously flown for United. I had a break-in service. When I went back to United, I was a 760 co-pilot, Boeing 767 co-pilot. And one of my, that first year in 87, I think it was either the fall of 87 or the winter of 88, right after the new year, I was flying a 767 from Washington, D.C. to San Francisco. And an air traffic controller wanted to know if they could ride in the cockpit. And the captain of the plane signed it off. They have that privilege, or if they want to do that.
Wow.
And the aircraft, normally when they do that, if there's an empty seat somewhere, the captain will ask one of the flight attendants to stick him in an empty seat in the back of the plane. The plane was full. So this young lady was the air traffic controller. She came in. She's quite an attractive young lady.
Oh.
And the captain I was flying with was, I don't know if he was married or not, but I know he was a big flirt. I hadn't flown with him before. So I was flying. It was my leg from D.C. to San Francisco. You would trade off flying legs in the airlines. And we're flying, and he's just talking to her halfway across the country. And at some point, he asked her how long she'd worked at San Francisco Airport, and she hadn't been there that long. She said, I used to work SAC Metro. So this is, I think it was 1988. And I looked over my shoulder at this young lady, and I said, were you working SAC Metro in 1982 or whatever it was, 82 or 83? And she looked at me, and she said, yeah, I was. Why do you ask? And I said, were you working tower when the SR-71 buzzed it? And she said, oh, yeah, I was. How did you know that?
Oh.
And I told
Everybody
her
knows
it was
that.
me, and she started laughing, and she said, you scared the hell out of people. She said there were people in the terminal that dived to the ground. They thought the airplane was going to hit the terminal.
Wow. What an interesting story it was. And this SR-71 is one heck of a plane, and they flew it by the Sacramento airport and it buzzed the tower. So like everybody in the tower knew like, oh, something happened.
I want to witness this thing, yeah.
Because if a plane, like I think so, if I am at an airport and if a plane comes very fast,
very fast,
and that too it flies by, because normally what we see is plane land, plane go, plane land, plane go. So, but if it just goes by, I think so I will be hell scared, and like whatever she's saying, like I will also be one of those like, oh my god, what is going to happen?
Whatever they're talking about, I used to often see these dreams, kind of that airplane is straight coming into my house, or I am on the terrace and I'm just looking the airplanes, and then that airplane, then the pilot saw me and they are like coming straight after me. Like these kind of dreams have been involved, but I have not witnessed anything in real life, but I want to.
Yeah, this is a very scary kind of a story, but yes, he got the permission and he did it. I thought he might have done it without the permission. So what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share and
Subscribe.
Bye.